Hello, welcome to the new Westfalia garage. Let's just take a quick tour here. Look at all these bikes. We have nice clean transportation. We have them all. Tandem. Several other ones. Coming outside, we have recycle bin here. Yard waste. Food scraps. Coming over here, oh look at that! Tom's working on a car right behind our micro can, which costs us about 30 bucks a month for solid waste disposal there. But I'm so glad Tom's here working on the van, because I got some questions about air pollution. Hey Tom!
Oh hey Miss Newell!
How's it going?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm alright. I'm glad you're here. I was wondering if you could help us and answer some questions about air pollution and our van, because I think this is kind of a polluting car, but it can't be that awful, right?
Oh no, it's not that bad. It might be a 1981, but first off, by making sure that the oil's changed regularly, that helps a lot. I used to just dump this oil right down the storm drain. I thought the little fish symbol was something important, but after Miss Newell explained to me that that's not good because that's the fish habitat, I decided that it's better to recycle that oil so it can be reused later on.
Wow, thanks Tom. Clearly you care.
Let's take a look at this. So, even this is an older van, it's not quite like what your vehicles look like. What we have here is, in all cars, you have the air that comes in through here. So this is where your air filter is. The air comes into here, and then this is where it gets mixed. And the air gets mixed here and goes out to all the different cylinders out here. So if we look over at this side, the air would come in here to this intake. I forget what it's called. Intake. It mixes the air.
You can call it a tube if you want.
There we go. So this tube goes in, and it might not be that easy to see, but the fuel is actually coming in right here, and this is your fuel injector. And so right before the air mixture gets into the cylinder, that oxygen that comes in is mixed with fuel, which then goes into the cylinder. The combustion happens, which is referred to the bang bang, and out the bottom side of the engine, the exhaust goes.
So it comes out around here somewhere, is that right?
Yeah, so this part right here, the exhaust comes out down here, and then it goes along here and actually gets to what's called a catalytic converter.
Let's come back and talk about that catalytic converter later. But I'm intrigued by the air coming in here because we read something in our textbook about an exhaust gas recirculation valve. In one of these old cars, do those exist?
Well, it's actually pretty impressive. In this old car, it does have an exhaust gas recirculation valve. And you might think, well, why would you bother putting exhaust gas into your air intake? And the reason that you want to do that is that the exhaust gas goes in and actually reduces some of the oxygen in the combustion chamber, which reduces the temperature of the combustion and produces less harmful gases.
Okay, so you're saying that a decrease in temperature will actually decrease the amount of NOx gases that come out?
Yes.
Okay.
And so, if you remember from down below the engine, that's where the exhaust came. Well, this pipe here is coming up from the exhaust system, and this actually does contain some of the exhaust gas, which goes along here. And if you can see over here, I know it's a little difficult to see, this is your EGR valve, which is the exhaust gas recirculation valve. Now in this old van, it's more of a manual control. In your cars, it looks something a little bit more like this, which is more of a vacuum controlled valve. But in this valve, every time that the gas pedal is pulled, it pulls on this valve right here. And so you can see that every time you push on the gas, more gas goes in, and it also opens up the exhaust gas recirculation valve more, which allows more of this exhaust gas to mix in here with the intake air, which then goes back out to a cylinder.
Oh, okay. So the faster you drive your car, the more exhaust gets to come back and recirculate, therefore adding more exhaust and decreasing the temperature and decreasing the NOx emissions.
Yes, that's
All right.
correct.
So now you can't just keep recirculating that exhaust over and over again. I mean, eventually it's got to come out of that tailpipe, and anyone that's driven behind this van definitely has experienced that emissions do come out of this car. So tell me what's going on after it comes out. We brought up this catalytic converter. What can you tell us about this guy here?
Well, this catalytic converter it has a ceramic mesh inside of here. So it's not just a big open canister inside. It's actually filled with the ceramic mesh and some really important metals that are spray washed onto that.
I think you might be thinking of palladium and perhaps some platinum?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
And so what that does is it encourages further combustion of the exhaust gases, so that it takes the more harmful chemicals that are in here and then makes them so that they're a lot less harmful when they come out here, which is where all the stink comes out.
Oh, okay. So, and I think what I remember from this catalytic converter is you've got your hydrocarbons coming in, and those are going to react on that mesh and create carbon dioxide and water. And your carbon monoxide that comes out, that also reacts on that mesh to create carbon dioxide, which, while we don't want a lot of carbon dioxide coming out, it's better than the carbon monoxide. Is that right?
That's true, and so that's why you sometimes see tailpipes dripping, because it is some of that water vapor that's a byproduct of that chemical reaction.
Nice. Now, you mentioned before this is an 81. Do you know how long catalytic converters have been put in cars?
I believe they've been in since the mid-70s.
Oh, nice. Okay, so they've been around for a while. So this is an older one, but it's definitely in there. And they've probably gotten a little bit even better since then. So hopefully you kids, your cars that you drive have an even better one that maybe isn't quite so rusty. Cool. Well, thanks. Thank you so much for your help, Tom.
Well, thanks.
I'll let you get back down to the car and make sure that it's running for our next trip. But yeah, we'll come back to you with another environmental science question sometime.
Well, that sounds good.
All right.
Have a good day, everyone.
Thanks.